morning of the new moon in Scorpio, and the northern lights are here, and you can't really see them on video, but I've picked them up on taking pictures, okay? And I'm so elated and excited to share this with you. In my, 4 decades here, I've never experienced this in my own backyard, and this is just a spectacular gift from the heavens. And wow, just wow. And the sky is just crystal clear. Like, you can see all the constellations. All of the constellations are out. And for living in the city, to be able to see so many stars tonight, it's just a blessing. Just tonight, this morning. Guys, I need to wake up still. I ran outside as soon as I saw them in the sky, and I woke up my mom. Blessings, guys, blessings. With the light. Now, I want to thank everybody who joined us for Halloween specials, our weekend of Halloween celebrations, higher vibe times, and creating a new. The moon has just been beautiful. And I have to say that the planets that were out on Halloween, Hallows Eve over here, were just spectacular. Just spectacular to be able to look up into the sky and to see the planets with the stars in the heavens. And it's been very warm here up where I live, and that's, unusual, except I was recalling like 11 years ago, Halloween, it was plus 30 Celsius. It was so warm. I was wearing a t-shirt. And, you'll usually hear where I live by this time, there's like, a foot of snow at least. All right, guys, let's start with the moon. This has to do with this message that we're very close to achieving our goal. So I really feel like what the message I'm getting that they're showing me is like, we're climbing up a mountain and we're just hanging off a cliff with one hand right now, and we just want to let go. But the message is don't let go. Don't let go, hang tight, because we're going to make it to the next place that we're making it to, and we're also strong enough to hang there. Guys, we're strong enough to learn how to breathe underwater. We're strong enough to hang from this cliff. And this has to do with what's happening as we continue to purify this element of air. This hack. And this has to do with like the times that we're in. I'm going to link a Ralph Smart Infinite Waters video down below. And like everyone's heard of what's happening with Facebook, and like it's the metaverse or something like that. Guys, I just want to unplug from Facebook just altogether and just pull out my charge. And what's happening is they're trying to create a world that's so negative and lower vibe without, that we just want to plug into the artificial matrix even more and go in virtual reality. And we would rather live in virtual reality than live in the real world. And that's what's really happening, that the outer world is becoming so hard to live in, right? So we're just going to want to go and live in virtual reality, and then, they really own our minds. That's the beginning of it. And we need to understand that the world without is being destroyed, and we came here to live in symbiosis with life and to live in the real world. And that is, when we start looking at the reality, it can be depressing, right? It can make us anxious. It can make us like be caught in the negative because we're seeing the negative. But our goal and our job is to be the positive charge and to create a new, and understand, guys, we're the creators. So we don't want to create more negative. We want to purge the negative. We want to look at it. We want to live in reality. But now, how do we set forth with the challenge in order to be the positive charge with our flame in the dark? And I say in the dark because that is offering us protection with the feminine. But now, how do we set forth to, be activated light warriors by facing the evils of this world. And it's the application of love. And it's even saying, you know, being able to say, and we've done much expansion work at this point, being able to say, thank you for showing me everything I don't want to be. Thank you for showing me the illusions. Thank you for showing me everything I'm going to walk away from, but goodbye. And put a boundary up and be strong enough to walk away and to not feed into it, because, you know, we are taught and being pushed to feed into our impulses. And we need to be stronger than that and not feed into our impulses and know it's not for our greater good. And work with the divine, guys. Meditation, and give it up. Give it to the divine. Give it to God. That's where it came from. That saying came from, you know. Sometimes we just have to let the powers bigger than us help us to shift it. We can't take on the whole world. And remember, today we're specifically asking healing for our Five of Wands charge. So, what does La Luna have to say today? Love. To love the inner child, guys. To love within. This is the night. We know this is working with Cancer. And the moon is speaking to us directly right now. And it's offering us a solution to the fall that we've just taken right now. This is the time we're in. We've taken another fall. But it's in order to connect us to Fortuna, the daughter of Jupiter, our divine inheritance. And this is where we're working with the Sun and Neptune. We're expanding with higher vibe fantasies and vision, guys. This is a time to get into our fantasy. We know that Pisces and Scorpio were in channeled messages. We need to create with the unknown right now. We need to create with the unknown, because this is going to help us to work with the mother and heal from disillusion with Scepter, our gifts. And this is going to allow us to restore balance. This is working with, you know, expanding the sixth sense, where you're, you know, clairaudience, clairvoyant, our gifts, working with the tarot, doing what you came here to be. And that's activating our instincts. And now we're going to have adaptability here with the air. This is part of our solution. But guys, of course, it's being offered through choice. We're going to have a choice to play harmony from the lower vibrational things that are happening with the elements of air. And remember, harmony is a negotiation. It's the center point. It's where the creator exists. And a harmony is in tune. It's in tune. It's not out of tune. It's in tune. And we're working with Gaia. And we're getting a promotion, guys. And there it is. We're negotiating through the earth. And this negotiation is connected to a challenge. It's all confirmed, but it will create stability through the earth. But in order to do so, we're going to have to make a sacrifice. And this is the time that we're in. This is what's happening with the new moon in Scorpio. And it's connected to our responsibility to work with the earth, to work with the daughter. And remember, the daughter's passive, in order to heal from our impulses with the father. We know the father is not passive, right? Here's the energy of the opposites coming together. We have the negative tetrahedron of earth and the positive tetrahedron of fire in order to activate the octahedron, and we're going to shapeshift with our heart. Guys, these three cards are connected right now. Let me get it straight. Okay? It's like this. Okay. 8, 12, and 18. We know with the night we're working with Cancer, ruled by the moon and Pluto. Pluto signifies transformation and immense power, while the kind and sympathetic nature of the moon is nurturing and protective. When these two planets combine in the water sign of Cancer, they denote the enormous protective power of a mother animal guarding her young. The great power of Pluto gives strength to the gentle and emotional moon, who is able to express her nature easily in Cancer as it is her own sign. This card expresses the need to, if necessary, take up arms in defense of someone less able to care for themselves. If you draw this card, you will care deeply about the people and ideals that are close to your heart. This is a heroic mansion. And this is instinctive protection. And guys, that's what's being activated right now. Instinctive protection. To protect life. To protect the children. To protect the children's children for future generations. And preserve life here. And also our inner children. So here we're working with Leo and Virgo, ruled by Mars and Mercury. Mercury is quick and sharp thinking, while Mars is impulsive and energetic. The combination can produce spontaneous brilliance or reckless behavior. And guys, there's the energy of the opposites right there coming together in order for us to create the whole experience and understand the whole. Perfectionist Virgo may act as an inhibitor, resulting in the urge to reconsider your actions or decisions. Drawing this card, you are faced with a conflict between the desire for recklessness and the need for caution. And this is connected to our Five of Wands charge and feeling those lower vibrations being purged. And a lot of times, you know, when we're caught in the negative, that's where we just hit the I don't care button. I don't care. Fuck it all. Burn it all to hell. And as starseeds, you know, we're able to destroy. We have the patterns of destruction within us in order to create. But it's so we destroy what's lower vibrational, what's stagnant, what's not going with us. And this hack. Through self, right? So we have to honor where we're using that. We need to put it in balance. We're destroying to create. And we're not going to destroy what's healthy for us. So there's a healing here, okay, guys? There's a healing. You may be experiencing doubts just before or after acting impulsively. You may be having second thoughts about an idea and need to go back to the drawing board, revealing that somehow a wrong decision has been made, but suggests that there could still be time to rectify the mistake. And this is a need for a fresh start. And guys, we needed to see this in order to course correct. And it's like, you know, I mean, we want to stay out of this cookie jar because we know what's in this cookie jar is not for our greater good. No offense, no hate on cookies, okay? And we keep going in it and we keep going in it. And every time that we go in it, even though we said we no longer want to go in it anymore because it's going to make us take this fall. And it's connected to patterning that we're trying to shift away from. Because, you know, once you get into pattern, like negative patterning or old patterning, victim template patterning, lust patterning, you get to catch the drift. It's just like a domino effect, and then we're right back in it. And no, we've created a new, we want to be in our new patterning, our higher vibe patterning, our healed, our elevated patterning, where we're going. And so when something happens to us that, you know, like taking this fall, we want to go back into the cookie jar, and then we feel some sort of way after we do. It's not to get back into that patterning, it's to course correct. It's to, you know, we're revisiting these feelings again in order to understand why we need to be over here. And remembering that healing is not linear, it's a spiral, and we needed to come back to see this at a different elevation in order to understand. And it's to understand now why we're making this sacrifice. It's for the greater good. We are working with Scorpio and Scorpio, ruled by Pluto and Neptune. Guys, this is all on point with channeled messages, okay? It's just on point. The passion of Pluto and the compassion of Neptune taken together express the supreme quality of selfless action. This mansion denotes intense and extreme devotion to a subject in your care. The naked state of the woman in this image symbolizes honesty and the loss of everything. And that's why we've been hit by the tower. We're working with Mars and that's why we're feeling aggressive. Is because we needed to remove another layer and get that much more honest, that much more vulnerable. We need to get naked, okay? So the woman in this image symbolizes honesty and the loss of everything. The flower is the last possession that is hers to give, and it represents love. Remember, when we're connected to hate, we are connected to love. It's the opposite end of the spectrum. We need to heal through the center. We need to go back to the center. We need to restore balance. So, drawing this card, you are prepared to lose everything for the sake of a particular cause or another person. Integrity is paramount to you regarding this issue, and you will not be persuaded to change your mind, sacrifice, or an emotional extreme. So we're already feeling this emotional extreme because Cancer is here. All right, guys. And this is getting us to connection. We have the white goddess of Gemini. It's just restoring this connection through the energy of the opposites. Okay, let's see what this is connected to. What is this connected to? All right, there it is. Clarity. And we're going to use 852 hertz, our intuition and wisdom, in order to gain this clarity. Guys, if you feel called, use this ancient solfeggio frequency of 852 hertz to activate this. And we're working with Raven Magic, release fear, heighten intuition, and protection. And we know we've activated protection through nurturing, but it's through the energy of the opposites. We need to see where we're not nurturing in order to create this elevation through course correction and nurturing. And it's working with the icosahedron. We need to speak our truths. Connection to the feminine, expression of truth, releasing of truth, and the dodecahedron, the all-seeing and knowing. Our connection to the all. And this is going to allow us to create with joy and happiness. And guys, what we are activating here is another level of unconditional love. And it's getting us to our optimal health and well-being. So 285 hertz is here. So we can use these two in order to help us with this expansion. Stay clear and focused. The clouds of confusion clear. The star lights my way. And guys, we've been speaking about the star now for our last few messages. So it's all connected. Our signs and synchronicities are on point. Literally. This card is here to remind you that it is important that you stay clear and focused on what you need. Don't let others' judgment affect you or put you off what needs to be done. Clear perception allows you to become aware. comprehend and decide the right way of understanding and interpreting situations. Sacred geometry. When our mind is clear of all clutter and cloudiness, our perception and understanding are strong. When our mind is clouded, we feel confused and frustrated and struggle with judgment. So this is how we're going to heal from our 5 of Wands charge with what's going on without. And this is why if you're called to heal with eating higher vibe foods and purification, it all helps clear our mind. You know, as above, so below, our gut. Our perceptions and intentions are important when it comes to decision making. We use all of our senses, such as seeing, hearing, or thought, to understand and acknowledge ourselves and our surroundings in order to set the intentions of what we need to do. And this has to do with the activation of our gifts. The 8-pointed star is here as a representation of manifestation and balance. The number is symbolic of as above, so below. As you stare into the star, clarity and focus will be enhanced. The star brightens and enlarges the more time you spend with it. There is also a representation of the MERCURY, which has 8 points or vertices. The MERCURY brings body, mind, and spirit into harmony. And that's what we're doing. We know this. And it's a negotiation through the center point. Practical application. When you are feeling overwhelmed and foggy, take time out to reflect and clear your mind. Close your eyes and focus on the star. And guys, we can draw the star in this card, or you can look up, imagery of this and draw it for yourself. Place it on your third eye. Allow your intuition to step up by engaging your third eye and opening it to allow your inner wisdom and knowing to help bring about the clarity needed. If necessary, spend 5 to 10 minutes every day focusing on this area. Using the crystals suggested on your brow to strengthen your intent so that the clearer and more decisive decisions can be put into action in your everyday life. So, sodalite, selenite, aphrolite, and Herkimer diamond. I've never heard of that one before, guys. Number 7, numerology number 7. This has to do with the clarity needed in the mind, the purification in the mind as we clear this hack with the element of air. Guys, and I've been seeing 717 everywhere, so I've been seeing 717 everywhere. This means something.